I don't know if I can go shoot. No, I can't go. That was a close one, guys. Alright guys, so I have like the most iffy setup right now. I think it'll work. So I'm going to go. So for my family video, I wanted to talk about pretty much everything I've realized either about my family or just about not being around my family since I moved out, because just recently in August I moved and I moved out by myself, and it's the first time I'd ever moved, like houses, states, whatever. Like I lived in the exact same house my entire life. So it was like a really big thing for me to just like up and move across the country. So the first thing I've realized is I wish I would have valued family time over friend time way more than I did, because I was always getting in trouble in high school for not being home enough and always being at friends' houses, and like my family was always wanting to hang out with me because I have a big family and we're all super close and we do stuff together like family dinners and stuff, and I was always missing out on those things because I would have rathered be with friends and hang out with friends. Like my mindset at the time was, well, this is my last summer in my hometown and I want to spend it with my friends who I'm probably not going to see again, but I know I'll see my family again. I wish I just would have listened to my dad. I'm so sorry about my voice right now. I know I sound like a little boy hitting puberty, but I've been sick, so I can't really do anything about it. So my dad all throughout high school pretty much always said stuff like, we're your family, like we love you unconditionally, we want to be around you. So through high school I dealt with like a lot of different just mental health stuff, just like not feeling the best, you know? And so I always just felt like I was a burden to my family and like that they didn't want to be around me because I was pretty much always in a bad mood. And so whenever I would like enter the room, I just like kind of came in with like a bad vibe almost. And so of course my family's not going to be around me, but I took it as like they don't want me around at all. Honestly, I just chose to be around friends a lot more than I did family. And then once I moved, my family is definitely the people who I miss the most and who were there for me the most throughout high school and even now. Like a lot of the friends that I chose to hang out with rather than hanging out with my family, I don't even talk to anymore. And it just sucks because my family is the one who I miss the most, and I missed out on a lot of time spent with them because I was with friends. So if you are still in high school or if you still live at home, just spend time with your family, or at least value family time more than I did. There's so many like family pictures, like campfires and stuff like that, and you don't see me in like half of them because I was off with my friends. So anyway, that's my little rant about spending time with family. My second thing, this is like kind of like a funny thing, but it's about dishes. And so growing up, I always had a mom who did the dishes for like the whole family pretty much. Alright guys, I'm gonna finish this story once I'm back from getting my Starbucks. Alright, so, but what I was saying about dishes, I pretty much never had to do dishes. I mean, like there was the occasional help my mom out because I'm feeling nice, unload the dishwasher type thing, but it was never like a chore in my house to do the dishes. So whenever I'd put dishes in the sink, I wouldn't even like rinse them off. Like if I went to other people's house, I would always rinse them off, but at my house it was just like you set your dirty dishes in the sink and they'll be clean in the next day or two. I never really got why people rinse the dishes off before they put them in the sink, I was just like, whatever, that's being so extra, like they're gonna get washed off later. People are probably just doing this so that they'll look nice in the sink. I don't know, but I didn't really understand why people rinse dishes off until I started doing dishes myself. Then I realized, like, the food just gets crusty and it makes it so much harder to do the dishes if they weren't rinsed off before, if there's like crusty food on there. And I understand now, like, I get it. I'm sorry, Mom. Here's me formally apologizing to my mom for, one, not doing the dishes enough to realize this before I was 19 years old, and two, for not rinsing the dishes off before I put them in the sink. I'm so sorry, Mom. I feel your pain now, and I would have yelled at me too. That's like the next thing that I just kind of clicked once I moved out. Alright, so I'm gonna hop on this side for a second because while my tank is filling, I'm just gonna talk, and my tank is on this side and I wasn't trying to walk all the way around. Whatever. The whole dishes thing, just rinse your dishes off for the sake of your mom or whoever washes your dishes. Okay, third thing, I actually realized this pretty recently. Just this past week, I've had the flu. I realized how much I took my mom for granted whenever I was sick. And me and my sister were actually on the phone talking about this the other day because she also had the flu. And we're like, we just wish we would have been more appreciative or thankful of our mom whenever we were sick, because now that we both live on our own, and we both got the flu, we're like, dang, it would be really nice to have a mom right now, even just for emotional support. So I definitely would not take for granted your parents if they are around to help you and take care of you whenever you're sick, because it sucks being sick on your own. The last thing, or one of the last things that I've realized, it kind of like ties into just generally missing home pretty much, but I also I took for granted home cooked meals, you know? Once you move out on your own, and if you're in college, you know the struggle. Financially, I haven't hit rock bottom, and by rock bottom, I mean ramen noodles. It's just the frozen meals aren't cutting it, you know? They get old after a while, and it's just not the same as home cooked meals. Once I moved out on my own, I was like, okay, time to learn how to cook. I don't know anything about it. I've attempted cooking many times, and out of all the times, I've only started a fire twice. It's kind of embarrassing. I will admit I've gotten a lot better, and I'm quite proud of myself. I definitely took for granted my mom's home-cooked meals because while, you know, I was living at home getting home-cooked meals every night, I would rather want to go out to eat or get fast food or have a frozen meal for dinner rather than eat what my mom made. That just sounds like the most bratty and terrible thing, and it is. I regret that, and I miss my mom's home-cooked meals. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up this video now before I get out of the car because I don't want it to get dark and me not be able to record the rest of the video because you guys wouldn't be able to see. I'm in the car, like in a parking garage, so it's just kind of dark in here. Basically, the things I want you guys to take away from this video, or the things that I learned moving away from my parents, are value family time. You're gonna miss it, and I promise you will. The second thing, rinse your dishes off before you leave them in the kitchen sink. It's simple, and you're doing your future self a favor. Third is, don't take your parents for granted, especially if you're sick. And the fourth thing is, eat as many home-cooked meals as you can before you leave the house. So those were just 4 little things or big realizations that I had after moving out of living with my family for 18 years. Pretty much you don't realize what you got until it's gone. Cherish the time you have with your family and the things that they do for you and your home, because it kind of sucks for a little bit once you leave. That's all I have for you guys today. That was just probably very different from everybody else's family video. I'm not positive on this, but I believe I am the oldest out of everybody on this channel, and I think I'm the only one that is living on my own. So this could be helpful for the rest of the girls on this channel, and I hope it was helpful to anybody else who is watching this. Check in tomorrow for Jeleena's video about family. It's so hot. I'm dying. Also, truck, please let me go. Okay, cool. And now, I'm literally about to run out of gas.
All these pedestrians, out my way.
Okay, we're gonna have to do something about this lighting. Give me a second. Car, that says no right on red, and I'm pretty sure you just went right on red. But that's none of my business. I was like, okay, I understand. Like, this is what it's like to adult. Yes, sir, I'm talking to my phone while driving. Don't double look at me. It's what I do best, make a fool of myself in the gas station parking lot, because I can't ever remember what side my pump is on. I forgot what it was, so let me go check my notes. It is very windy outside right now. Hang on, guys, I just need to focus so I don't lose my life trying to get out into this intersection. Oh, God. We all have names that start with J. My entire family is John, Julie, Johnny, Josh, Jake, Joelle, Jennifer. So there's a lot of J's. It gets kind of confusing whenever it comes down to initials. I honestly forgot. Let me go look. I don't really know how to close this.